Today I'm walking through a hands-on overview of a clutch alignment tool designed to fit Volkswagen Beetle and Ghia Autosticks from the late 60s to mid-70s, and it also suits many Dune Buggy builds using the same transaxle pattern. You will find a link to purchase this and other models at a discount in the description below the video. You can place your order right now. For technical reasons, this will be a screen recording walkthrough rather than a camera-on bench demo, but I'll cover everything I checked, where it shines, and what could be better. First, did you know that the best discounts on Amazon last only a few hours? That's why I launched 2 channels where I publish the highest discounts on Amazon products in real time every day. Follow the link in the description and subscribe to our Threads and Telegram channels right now to consistently save money on your everyday purchases. The quick context. On an Autostick, getting the clutch disc centered relative to the pressure plate and the input shaft is just as critical as on a manual. If the disc sits even slightly off, the engine and trans won't mate cleanly. The pilot area binds and you fight the last few millimeters during installation. This tool's job is simple. Replicate the input shaft geometry closely enough that the disc and pressure plate clamp perfectly concentric while you torque down the cover. Let's look at the build. The body is a rigid polymer that won't mar the disc hub and won't rust. It's lightweight, which makes it easy to keep seated while you snug bolts in a cross pattern. The shank steps smoothly from the pilot section to the splined hub fit area, so the disc centers by feel. There's a defined shoulder that references against the pressure plate fingers, helping you maintain the correct depth. The handle end has a taper that gives decent grip with dirty gloves. No sharp flashing or mold lines on mine. Edges are clean enough not to snag a hub. On Fitment, alignment tools live or die by tolerances. This one inserts with a snug slip feel into the disc hub I tested. No wobble, no binding. That tightness is what prevents the common close enough misalignment that still leaves you wrestling the gearbox. For Autostick setups that have seen mixed match parts over decades, that extra snugness helps a lot, especially if your disc or cover isn't brand new. For Dune Buggy frames where access is limited, the lightweight body makes it less tiring to hold the assembly in place while you rotate through bolts. Using it is straightforward. Seat the tool through the clutch disc, slide the disc onto the flywheel, then mount the pressure plate loosely with all bolts finger tight. Wiggle the tool until you feel that centered, no-drag position. Tighten in a star pattern in small increments, rechecking that the tool still extracts and reinserts without resistance. If it starts to scrape, back off a quarter turn, recenter, and continue. When you can pull the tool out and reinsert it smoothly, you're centered. At that point, the engine-to-trans reunion should be a push, not a pry bar event. What I like: it's purpose-built for the 1968 to 1974 Autostick Beetle range and the common Dune Buggy conversions using that pattern. The material is tough but kind to parts, and the shoulder depth makes centering repeatable. The price-to-time saved ratio is excellent. Even if you do 1 clutch a year, avoiding misalignment aggravation pays for itself. Cleanup is just a wipe. It doesn't hold grease like textured plastics sometimes do. What could be better? There's no part number or clear markings etched into the body, so if you toss it into a drawer with other tools, label it. I'd also prefer a slightly knurled or ribbed grip for oily hands, though the taper is serviceable. If your car has a non-stock disc or aftermarket hybrid hub, test fit before committing. Some non-standard hubs can be either looser or tighter than ideal. Finally, polymer can deform if you store it under heavy load or heat. Keep it flat and out of direct sun in a hot garage. A couple of tips from the install. Always chase the flywheel threads and use proper torque specs on the pressure plate. Check runout on the disc before tightening fully. If you see uneven gap across the cover, loosen evenly and recenter. Replace the